And this past week I went on vacation, bro, and I was stopped at a truck stop, and I went to go use the bathroom, and there's this guy washing his hands.
You want to snuff of this, bro?
No,
You want to
literally,
astral project with me, bro?
I see him take out his knife with something in the other hand, go like this, hit it real quick, wash his nose off, and just walk out. It was one of the workers, bro, at the truck
I
stop.
mean, it was coke, right?
Yeah, it was coke.
He
Uh,
wasn't learning from philosophers. That dude was just trying to stay awake for another
or
shift.
maybe his homunculus was, because we're gonna get to his homunculus.
I can't wait to get to that. We're getting there, bro. We're getting there.
Go ahead, bro. Oh man.
So okay, so he's talking about Descartes taking the snuff. He says he laid a sufficient dose on the backside of his hand and gave it to his body to take, and at the same time, it had this prodigious effect on his brain. For all the vapors raised there, since his last takings were dislodged and dissipated in an instant. He observed it was only the particles of the tobacco scattered in the fumes of the brain, and that those of the herb, which he had tempered with it, being not so fine and having very little motion, fastened themselves in the nerves that cause sensation and made them looser than they were before. This is crazy to me because he's basically saying that the tobacco, and this isn't exactly correct, but the tobacco is like a more general effect, and that it doesn't have a specific effect on the brain, but that this drug that they were taking, as he says, very fine particles that attach themselves to the nerves. I mean, he's describing, molecules that are binding to your receptors, because that's
Hmm.
essentially what they're doing, right? You take a drug and those molecules are floating in your system and they bind to certain receptors, and those receptors, the binding is essentially just it, as he says, like vibrating. So he's got it down to a science, literally, and he's describing it in a way that he's so far ahead. And we're not even talking about Descartes. We're talking about this guy that wrote the book, Gabriel Daniel, in the 1600s, is talking about freaking chemicals binding to your receptors just in very vague ways.